When I started the Waterloo brand, I really felt I had something because I liked it so much. And I liked the idea of it so much. I didn't quite know what to expect, but I didn't quite expect they would be accepted the way they were.
It's something I think people have looked for a long time, and it's been difficult to find.
Bill had a couple of prototypes, and he was just jazzed about them. Listen to this! Listen to this! What is that? What is that sound?
A great idea in the right time can't fail. And I think that's what you have going on right now.
Immediately it was like, well, that feels like an old one.
That feels like it's been around for a while.
It's a brand new instrument that has the soul of an old instrument somehow. Lots of musicians, a lot of guitar players, for as long as I can remember, have kind of bemoaned the fact that any brand new acoustic guitar off the wall tend to have this feeling it needs to be broken in, or something needs to happen to it. Its heart needs to be broken or something before it's going to sound good, or it's just not ready.
What a lot of people don't realize is that the music that was recorded in the 20s and 30s, that a lot of us that point back to as basically our heritage, early American music, was recorded on acoustic guitars. Most of them were poor quality. They weren't fine crafted guitars. They were just kind of everyday guitars that people could afford.
You can buy old guitars like that are, 80 years old, but they don't play well. They haven't stood the test of time.
I have an original Stella. It's from the 1930s, and I paid a lot of money for it, and it plays like garbage. I want the sound, but I want a guitar that I can play.
To make a guitar that can compete with an 84-year-old guitar, it's no small feat.
How do you take the sound of an era and put it into a guitar?
The craftsmanship is raw craftsmanship. It is not finished to the nth degree.
Sort of saying, hey, allow the guys who are building these to be a little looser, to be a little bit more carefree and not so concerned about every little drop of glue and it's got to be perfect and it's like this is going to go into a showcase. It's not.
So it's about getting a good sound without overworking the guitar.
How light can you build a guitar and still put the Collings label somewhere in there?
I mean, it's a good wood for a guitar. It's a workman wood.
The most important choices are wood choices. Visual has nothing to do with it. The ugliest top in the world could be the most beautiful top on a Waterloo.
There's less weight on the end of the guitar, and the actual vibration of the instrument with a light bracing, it travels up the neck, and I can actually feel the vibration in my hand. And I feel like I can play it better.
You would think building a wooden box with a neck on it would have reached its final point by now, but it hasn't.
As we got into this Waterloo project and the response was so positive, there's so many cool old guitars that kind of speak to this same vibe, this Depression era kind of style of building, which Bill is real intrigued by.
With the new models that Waterloo has coming out, we've got the WLS, which is the Stella, we got the WLK, which is the Kelcroydon, we got the WL12, and WL14. And you got the Jumbo King Deluxe.
They all sound different. They're totally different guitars. So it's not the same guitar in a slightly different package.
What's exciting about it is that each guitar represents a different kind of music.
They're just all different, parts of that palette. It's about the sound, okay? Totally different sound. And they look cool too. There's different looks to all these guitars.
There was customizations available, and you can look up pictures of guitars of the era, and they have different decals and all sorts of different things. And it's amazing that Waterloo and Collings, they're able to take those features and make them available as well on the guitars.
There was a real apparent desire for something like this. I mean, Bill was onto it.
There's a million different opinions about this, but it's like I truly think that a great instrument is the sum of all of its parts.
They've kind of gotten to be a little bit of a muse for me because the acoustic sound I'm getting on the recordings with these is kind of ideal.
You know, Collings and Waterloo, I mean, they're really getting into fine-tuning instruments, you know, for guitar players to, you know, have a shot at doing their best.
What you get with the Waterloo is a perfectly crafted Collings, but the tone and the sound and the feel of a guitar from the 1920s and 30s.
We try to add the extraordinary into what we do. And if there's a magic in it, I want that to go out to the person that owns the guitar.